Okay, so now let's talk about some optional teaware that I'm going to be using during my ceremony. Now, none of these things are required. In fact, really, one of the things that you can get used to is when you're traveling, you can end up almost using anything for tea ceremony and find things to replace a pot and find things to replace a pitcher. The teaware should never be the thing that keeps you back from starting brewing. You could probably start brewing with something you have in your house today. Some of these things, if you're going to seriously start doing it, you're going to want a pot. You're going to want a kettle of some kind. You're going to want a cup. But this stuff is optional, but I'm still going to just tell you about it so you know what they are and what I'm using them for. So this is called a teaboat. Teaboat comes in different shapes and sizes, but essentially it's comprised of a receptacle for catching liquid and a slotted top so that you can set your cups and everything on top of it, and the water will seep through the slots and down into the base. And then when it gets filled up, you could easily take that and dump it in a plant or something like that. So I find that this is a nice thing to have, although when I'm in a pinch, you can just pull a plate out of the kitchen and set your stuff up on that to make sure that water doesn't get on the table. But again, it's a personal preference. Now, this is a secondary vessel. It's just a little glass pitcher that I use to pour from my pot into here so that the brew gets uniformly mixed. And this is a gourd filter that I use to put on top of this pot, pouring the liquid through so that any little leaf debris that is coming through the pot doesn't go into the brew. Again, this is a personal preference. You don't need these things. This is a little coaster that I use for cups. And so you just will set it on the table, put the cup in there. It's a decorative element. Absolutely don't need it. This bowl here is what I use for my discard leaves. And this is especially valuable during a ceremony where you're doing multiple teas. I really didn't get one of these until I was doing ceremonies a lot. When you're drinking by yourself and you're only drinking one tea, it's really not necessary. But when you're doing multiple teas over a course of time, it's really helpful to be able to just take your pot, dump the discarded leaf in there, and then refill your pot with new leaf.